Hello, welcome to episode 20 of the Screen Age podcast. I am one of your hosts, Connor.
And I'm Rodrigo.
Oh, very high energy there. Let's go take it out of me later on.
Yeah.
Not that type of person.
20.
20. We're getting there.
Oh my god. Getting there. Climbing up the ladder. 20.
The ladder
Man.
of numbers.
That's nearly half a year.
It is, yeah.
That is.
Give
Yeah,
6
it's
more
nearly
weeks
half a
than
year.
it is.
That's mad.
I was actually just thinking that the other day as well. It was like, God, what's this number 52? That's like a week. That's like a week. That's a year.
That's a year, yeah. That's mad.
Yeah. Goddamn. But anyways, last week we had quite literally nothing but games to talk about.
Yes, it was a dry week to say the least anyway.
It was a dry patch, but we've now been a bit more rejuvenated this week, so
Yeah, we got a bit more this week, thankfully.
Thank God. So now I'll let you decide what we start off with.
We'll go TV shows. We'll go TV shows.
TV shows.
For a change.
TV shows. Which
TV shows.
only has...
There's very little, in fairness.
Yeah.
Oh, actually.
Oh?
I'll start with this one.
You start with that one.
I don't know if you saw it. I did see it, and I forgot about it till I literally saw it right now. There is a Monsters, Inc. TV show.
Okay.
It's called Monsters at Work. And it starts in July 2nd on Disney+.
I assume it's not going to follow Sully and Mike.
I think they might. Yeah.
Shit.
And what's the sequel titled Monsters at Work? Reveals images of new characters.
Okay.
Monsters employed. I think they are in it, but it might be something that they're not like the only ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think so anyway. But I remember seeing it and I was like, yes, because I love Monsters Inc.
Yeah. So do I. I'm not a big fan of Monsters University, and I don't think a load of people are. But I
enjoyed it because it was fun.
Yeah, I love the original one. But this, if they follow new characters, I'll think it's good. I'll enjoy it. But if they're just following the other two, it feels like they'd be like too afraid to move on and explore the universe a bit much.
Yeah.
I want new things. I want a new, not even a new duo, even if it's just a new team or like a new trio or something, just to bring back that comedy type of thing. And look, the two guys in it, Sully and Mike, they're absolutely brilliant together. They're a fantastic pair and they're absolutely hilarious. But give me something else, because you've already done their prequels and you've done their actual show, or you've done the actual movie. So give me another character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I do see where you're coming from there, but I suppose they're just trying to get kids to watch it. Really, they don't really care what we think. They just want kids to get into Monsters Inc. again.
Yeah, I think kids would still. I guess they would. Like, I was asking, do you think they'll still recognize them at this point? Because Monsters Inc. is an old movie. It came out when I was young, so I'd recognize them. And Monsters University was when?
Like 2012 or something like that.
2012, you think? Monsters University, 2013. So like, by now they're about 8-ish and stuff. Like if you watched it when you were that young, but say if you watched it when you were like 4, you're 12 now. So you're kind of coming into the whole age of figuring out what's a good and bad movie. But
yeah,
as far as reintroducing or like introducing kids to the series, it will probably be a better idea to just have a new set of characters in it, which it probably will, because more marketing and they're money grabbing bastards.
Oh yeah, toys. We
saw what happened to every other thing that they release. It's just toys.
Yeah. Jeez, how many Forkies did you see around? Jesus Christ.
Admittedly, I didn't go into many toy stores.
But anyway, I'm looking at the cast here, and there is Mike and Sully.
Shit. Okay.
There is Mike and Sully, but there's a lot. Like they're not the first two to come up.
That's fine.
There's a bunch of other ones here. Oh, the Yeti's back.
Hey. Well, yeah.
Duncan.
Yeah, he kind of has to, because that voice actor is like is somewhere in every single Disney thing, isn't he?
I think he is. Yeah.
He plays Yeti in that. He's also the truck in Cars. He plays a few. He's like a role in every single thing.
Some of these new characters are really cute.
Let me have a look. What's it called again? Monsters at Work?
Monsters at Work, yeah.
Oh, there it is. Animated series. Where are you seeing this now, so I know?
I was on Screen Rant. Is it? Yeah, Screen Rant.
Okay,
that's where I saw it.
I'm sure it's.
I'm sure you'll find it.
Let's look up the characters.
Yeah. They look, different.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Like the one with the nose is cute.
Yeah.
And the one with the really long legs.
Yeah, it's adorable. It's really furry and like that's adorable, orange.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, if they like kind of. Okay. What I'm a bit afraid of.
Okay.
Is this might turn out to be, how do I say it? This is going to end up being like a Scrub season 8 and 9, or season 9, or whenever they go to the medical school. I feel like it's going to turn into that, where they're going to bring back a bunch of these new incompetent or just new workers and stuff like that, who are bright-eyed and excited to get into the whole work environment, and then discover they have a bunch of flaws that they have to work on and all this type of stuff. Of course, that's going to be what this is, but my main issue now, and why I'm saying it's going to be like Scrub season 8 or 9, can't remember which one, is that they're bringing back characters that people who are fans of the older ones love, to try and get them back into it. And it's just not going to be as good.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but I don't think that's what they're doing here with a kids show.
You think?
I think it's just, it's kind of like I'm trying to think like I'm trying to think what my little brother watches, because Boss Baby.
Yeah.
The movie, right? There was a movie that, and then there was a second movie, and then they came out with a show. I don't necessarily think it's trying to get people that watched the movie to come watch the show 5-6 years after the movie came out. I think it's more of like they're just trying to get Monsters Inc. back into the flow and get kids involved, and all these new characters. You're gonna have toys and all that, and that's literally what Disney are all about. Literally toys and what can they put in Disney World. I don't think it's necessarily trying to get like us that grew up watching Monsters Inc. to go watch this. I don't think they care.
Oh yeah,
no. They're just kind of like getting the kids in.
So you keep talking, because someone just entered my room. I'm trying to hear who it is.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't think they're trying to get us necessarily to watch it, but like maybe they are. I don't know.
I don't necessarily think it's going to be us. What I was really saying about the Scrubs thing is that it's just the method that they're bringing them back. Is that they're going to be like these mentors trying to sort these kids, or these like younger people coming out. And I don't necessarily think it's going to be trying to get us to come back and watch it. It is obviously going to be just a money grabbing thing. But for me, it's not going to be as good if we're going to do it that way. If they just do it like, how else are they supposed to do it, honestly?
Yeah. See, I think if they were to bring out something like this, Monsters at Work, without Sully and Mike, it would get a lot of backlash, or a lot of like the reception wouldn't be as great, because you think Monsters Inc., you think those two,
Yeah.
So, but I do think that this might be a thing of like these guys that are coming in are like the new guys, and they're being trained by Mike and Sully or something like that, and we follow them, but Mike and Sully are in it. You know, I think that's what it might be. Because at the end of the day, they're the main attraction. Those two, you know, they're the. If anything's gonna make them money, it's gonna be them two.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, anyways, we spent a lot of time on Monsters Inc. a lot more than I was anticipating. So, but from like one show that happens to be getting some form of a revival, to two others that are also getting a revival that I've seen recently that I do not know how I'm feeling about, is iCarly and King of the Hill.
Okay, I did see the iCarly one.
That might just be a reunion now.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it might be like it might start like a reunion, but they like take it up where they left off, if you know what I mean. Which I don't know how to feel about it. It's like it goes back to the same thing I think we always say of they're running out of ideas, so they're like, what do we do? And so they start bringing old stuff back in, you know? And that's probably what this is again. They don't know what to do with themselves. And they're like, okay, let's do this.
Okay,
but
stop
are
right
they
there.
bringing back?
Stop right there. I need to go say hi to someone who hasn't been here in about 5 months, so be right back. Literally about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, that was literally it. You were saying?
That was it.
Yep. I told him I'll be back in an hour.
Haven't seen in 5 months.
Yeah, they knew I was recording something. She was really happy. Anyways, let's continue.
That a mad leave?
Yes.
Okay.
You were saying?
I was saying that is it confirmed that like the original cast is coming back, or is it like a reboot? Let's see. It says like a revival.
There's definitely in talks of like of all the original cast come back. But it's been so long. It's been so fucking long.
Yeah. Like I'm looking here, Miranda iCarly revival has cast a new best friend for Carly. So that means Jeanette's not coming back. Sam's not coming back.
Yeah, wait, wasn't there like an issue with her or something?
Apparently, like I've seen a lot of like interviews recently of her like accusing the directors of certain things.
Oh, of course.
Of certain like
inappropriateness. Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Inappropriateness, but I can't remember if that was. She's not Victorious, is she?
No. Besides that one crossover she did with Sam and Cat, no.
Yeah, no, I think Ariana Grande complained about the director over there. But anyway, yeah, apparently she had issues here as well. But yeah, I don't think she's coming back by the looks of it.
Yeah, I did hear there's a load of issues and stuff like that. So
yeah, it says who played Sam on the show will not be returning. Yeah, so she's not coming back. Obviously, some obviously happened there because she's not acting anymore, or I haven't seen her in anything. So
I saw her in like 2 or 3 things after iCarly, and that was it. And I don't think it's necessarily like she didn't. Well, she might have been at a point where she just didn't have to act anymore. Because like, if you get one good TV series in, one good show in,
yeah, and you're smart with your money, you don't need to do anything else.
Yeah, you're set. I know I'm bringing back the Scrubs, but it's only because I recently watched some form of like interview with them, and I remember Zach Braff before saying, or who plays JD in Scrubs, saying that he was at a point in Scrubs where he didn't have to work. He was making enough money that like he didn't have to continue acting. He just kind of wanted to do it. So I don't know if it's at that level with her. What the fuck's her name?
I just read something. Jeanette McCurdy.
Yeah, that's it.
I just read there that she's stopped acting. I think she gave up acting like 2 years ago, and that she she never wanted to act, that she was kind of forced into it, and that she just was sick of it, and she's not acting anymore ever again. So there you go. So that's why she's not coming back. It's not necessarily anything to do with iCarly. She just doesn't want to act.
That's fair.
But I think Gibby's coming back.
I hope so.
That's always
the best part of that show.
That's great.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, what a show.
What a show. And then we have this King of the Hill one that's coming in.
King of the Hill.
Now you
sounds familiar.
Yeah, you probably haven't seen it because, as far as I'm aware, there's like 2 camps.
Oh, I know the one, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, because as far as I'm aware, there's like 2 camps when it comes to those older anime shows, animated, not anime. I'll get on to that in a second. Animated shows where it's you either watch The Simpsons or you watch King of the Hill.
Yeah.
You didn't watch both.
Yeah.
Or if you did watch both, fair play to your amount of like attention span to watch like a screen for that long and not be playing a video game. It's I don't understand why they're looking for a revival of King of the Hill, where much like what The Simpsons is like, it's going to lose so much of its character. You're not going to be able to make the type of jokes you made back then nowadays. There's going to be so many different things that are going to get people annoyed and triggered that you're not going to be able to make the same show. Why are they looking for this show?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Is it a reboot? Again, is it a reboot or is it a revival?
Revival. That's the one I'm certain as a revival.
Okay.
And I
maybe getting a revival. Yeah, a revival. Yeah, so that just means it's picking up where it left off.
Yeah, which
isn't it? Yeah.
Pretty much, but I don't understand why they need okay, it goes back to what you were saying at the beginning when we were talking about I guess we're talking about Monsters Inc. or something, and we mentioned how we're just running out of ideas so rapidly. I'm like, you're dead right. But at the same time I always wonder why. Why are they running out of ideas so badly? Why is everything a rehash of itself?
Yeah. See, I see the issue now, right? The issue now with it making new things is, I think back in the day when TV shows and movies were made, I don't necessarily think it was for the money. I think it was more of like, I'm trying to get my story out there. You know? Now it's all about the money.
Yeah.
So it's literally like, what is working?
Yeah.
So they look at it and be like, this is working, so let's do that in our own way or remake that to make more money. I think that's what the issue is. Everyone just wants as much money, even if it's it's gonna be really shit. They just like, okay, let's just send it out for a season, make a few bob, and just leave it, even if we ruin the franchise forever.
That's a really interesting way of looking at it.
And I think that's what it might be for most of these things. It's like, let's try and get as much money as we can, even if it affects the view or the ratings of the show. We don't care. We just want, let's just try and get as much money before no one is watching it.
That's a really interesting way of actually looking at it, because I was going to kind of say like, oh, if they're so low on stories, that's complete shit. More so, okay, because I finished a show last night. I was talking to you about this last night. It was an anime, and like initially going into it, we were like, okay, it's going to be all right. And then like the halfway point, we just kind of clicked with us. This show was absolutely brilliant. This show was amazing. But at the end of it, we were like talking about it for a good few minutes, myself and my roommate, and we were just talking. I was like, it's not that it's there's certainly a lot of hints towards other shows or other movies of that. So there's definitely like, because it's a big mecha thing and all that sort of stuff. So there has to be a not correlation, but a similarities between two shows. But the two shows in question are so fucking different and so vastly like feel wise, that it feels like a completely new thing, and you wouldn't realize that they're like very similar to each other. And then we kind of got on to saying how whoever doesn't watch anime is definitely missing out on some like the greatest stories you will ever like listen to that or watch. There are certain shows out there that are better than most high budgeted Western movies of all time. But then it kind of just clicked with me when you said there how they always look for money. While there are certain levels, like no matter what you're in, there's definitely going to be a level of we need to make money off this. But because an anime is being made from a manga, I think there's so much more of like an intimate relationship between the two that there has to be a sort of passion there in order to make the show good, in order to make an anime good or something. So it just comes across as better because there's a lot more passion behind it than just money grabbing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I'm thinking there, right? Like if you see a thing like maybe not you or myself, but I think the majority of people, if you see, for example, like they're like, oh, we are rebooting or reviving Scrubs, like we're doing season 10 of Scrubs, right? Or you say, and like same cast has come back, whatever, and then you go, or in like the other option is a new show of doctors like Scrubs, but not Scrubs, and different actors, different all that. Which one's gonna get more attention? And it's gonna be Scrubs season 10.
I don't know.
I just use Scrubs as an example.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, if you reuse people that you recognize and all that type of stuff, you go like, yeah.
And the name and something that works really well and all that, like, people are going to be like, oh yeah, give it to me again, like.
Yeah, right. For us, it's going to be like, no, give us the new one. But for many other people, it's going to be like, yeah, sure, give me characters I like. That's because like people nowadays can be so lazy when watching TV, which is one of the most ironic things I've said in a long time. But more so in like getting into a show, because they'll watch a series and like there'll be all these new characters, like, oh, I gotta learn who all these characters are, how they intermingle, all that type of stuff. But if you show about the same characters in the same show, just continued on and go like, oh, I don't have to learn anything now, so I can just pick up where I left off.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's the passion?
And I think that's yeah, and I think that's it, isn't it? It's literally like what we know, and it's safe, you know.
Oh, but that's so sad.
I know, it is, and it just gets worse and worse the as the years go by.
It does.
Yeah, it just does, doesn't it? And
look at fucking American. Actually, sorry. Look at American Horror Story. Don't they just reuse the same cast over and over again for 10 fucking seasons?
It's the same cast, practically the same cast. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But like I even see that with like Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's not necessarily like, like, you know, they're like doing like, oh, we're doing Iron Man 4. No, it's not necessarily like that, but they're dragging us in with the same thing every time. Like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The only reason there's a Falcon and Winter Soldier is because Captain America. Yeah. And if you watch the first episode, about 80% of it is about Captain America. You know, like they reference Captain America like throughout the whole fucking first episode, and that's really the only reason Falcon and the Winter Soldier have any sort of ground to pick up from, because Falcon is the next Captain America. But why does he have to be the next Captain America? Why can't he just be, you know, Falcon?
Yeah.
You know, why do we? Yeah, and I think that's what it is. Isn't it? It's the same thing.
Yeah, and a good segue, by the way. Winter Soldier, which is just what we're calling it, because the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, saying that constantly is
so
absolute long. Yeah, it's so long, so we're just going to call it Winter Soldier because he's a preferred.
Yeah, you can't just call it Falcon because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Like, that's getting a lot of mixed reviews, isn't it?
Insanely. The first episode, anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of mixed reviews, and even the co-creator is worried about it and isn't very sure of it now.
Yeah, you've seen the first episode, haven't you?
I saw the first episode. My God, honestly, I could have gone without watching it. Like, it made no difference in my life. Like
Yeah.
when I watched WandaVision episode 1 and 2, which was the first week that they came out like that, I was like, this is weird, this is strange, but it's good.
Yeah.
Like I'm enjoying this. It's funny, whatever. Even if the whole 9 episodes are a comedy skit, I don't care. This is enjoyable. Obviously it didn't turn out like that, but watching Winter Soldier was honestly really, really boring.
Shit.
Really boring.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't like,
it
was so weird. It was literally like it was split into two. It was like the first 20 minutes was following Falcon, and then the next 20 minutes was following the Winter Soldier, and then the episode ends on like something that is like people are losing their minds over, which I really honestly couldn't give a shit.
Yeah. Oh, is it what Vimo is it?
I don't even know if they said their name. It's just your man wearing the Captain America suit.
Oh, that. Okay. Because people are, I think. Is it that? I can't remember the fucking name. Something Vimo, anyways. I think he's a villain, but he thinks he's a superhero, and he's played by the same guy who plays a drug addict in Scrubs, so I can't see him as any other thing. But a lot of things about Scrubs today. I should stop watching that show. Yeah, no.
You watched that, Scrubs?
I'm going to finish that out. I'm hoping it picks up. As you said, there's only fucking 6 episodes. 1 down, we have 5 left.
Yeah, and that's what I was like, thinking is literally like we're down a sixth of the show already, and it's like not doing great so far. Like they're gonna have to do a lot in 5 episodes because WandaVision, the first 2 episodes were slow, whatever, call them whatever you want. But then after 3 they picked up, and there was still 6 to go from there.
Yeah, like you had 7, 3 you picked up, as you said. That's 7 episodes to go. But even in season episode, did it again. In episode 1 and 2, there were still things in there that kept you, like the creepy atmosphere of it and the weird, like something's wrong, but you don't know what it is. That kept you in there. And then 3 expanded on it, and then you had 6 episodes to just make a series out of it. So they had 6 episodes that they utilized, and a 7th one for the crack, and then 2 other ones to set it up. This is literally setting it up with 1 and now leaving it with 5.
Yeah, and like the first, like we're following, like it's literally like the start of it, like literally the first 5 minutes is a big action scene, which honestly was very poor.
Well, yeah,
very poor action scene. And then it's literally just following, like getting a backstory on Falcon, which honestly no one gives a crap.
Yeah.
Honestly, no one cares. And then even Winter Soldier's part was boring. It was literally him at therapy, talking about when he was in, as a Hydra person.
Which is probably interesting, in fairness. I don't know how I can't say if it is actually decent or not because I haven't actually seen it. But I feel like a lot of people might get something out of that, seeing like the vulnerable side of Winter Soldier, because he's always been this kind of hard ass that only shows the vulnerable side around like Steve Rogers. Now he's gone, he has to find somewhere else to do it. So I assume that's kind of what they're going for, but by the sounds of it, they're just not doing it in a great way. No,
and obviously like they're going to, it ends with, okay, spoilers I guess, even though we already said it. It ends with some fella like becoming the new Captain America.
I should probably put a spoiler warning before you say that. First time.
Yeah, you probably should. Yeah,
I'll do that.
Like he's wearing the suit, he's wearing the Captain America suit, and he has the shield, and it's literally like he's the new hero, he's the new Captain America, and that's what's gonna bring Falcon and Winter Soldier together, and it's very cheesy.
It seems alright.
Like, oh no, you can't be him. How dare you stand where he stood? That's literally what it's gonna be, and it's literally gonna be Falcon realizing that you can't let this other person be it, and then he'll become Captain America. And that's literally what the show's going to be. And honestly, barf.
We got to see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, prove me wrong, but ever since this was announced, it's the one thing I was like, no, I don't care.
Yeah. Anyways, we should probably move on to something else. Gaming or movies?
Yeah.
I have a segue for either one of them. I think.
Go.
Yeah, I do.
Go movies.
Movies, right. Since you mentioned the Harry Potter thing just there, but you stood where he stood. Daniel Radcliffe actually has a new movie coming out.
Really?
I think The Lost City of D. I'm not sure, actually. I just kind of saw a picture of him looking pretty serious, looking like pretty cleaned up, in fairness. I say cleaned up like he's not a very presentable man. He's really...
No, he's not.
No.
Scruffy man.
He's a scruffy man. I love him for that, though. I also kind of want to talk about like the main three cast of Harry Potter, so because there's a lot of in development projects coming that we don't really know much about. HBO have a few things that could be TV series, it could be movies, God knows what they are. There's a game coming out at some point that we have no idea about. So there's a lot of Harry Potter things like on its way, and there's always a fantastic beats that are just riding the wave of the magical world, but no one gives a shit about. But here we are, anyways. But I'm delighted. I always love seeing a Daniel Radcliffe somewhere.
He's a very good actor.
He is.
Okay, I won't say very good. He's a decent actor, though.
He's pretty. I enjoy him. And like, okay, he's obviously had some of the misfires. Like he was in that god awful Guns Akimbo thing, where like if anyone has seen him in
The meme.
Yeah, it's like a checkered blue and black dressing gown and bare feet slippers. He just has two Glocks nailed to his hands. That's what that movie is. No idea how you can make a feature length film out of that, but they did. But
he's in the one that like the woman in black.
The woman in black, yeah, like so,
and
like straight off the bat. Good. Yeah, he was like,
and that was like straight after Harry Potter or something, wasn't it?
It was like really quickly after Harry Potter. It was like like I'm moving on from this type of stuff. Or like good, and it was really good to see him because like I was like the Woman in Black was a very famous movie. It got a lot of coverage and he was pretty good in it.
Yeah, he was.
And then he had the Swiss Army Man as well, which was so weird, but like it was just loved generally. It is a good movie. It's just so fucking weird though. And there's one other one that I love him in. I genuinely love him in, and I love the movie. I actually want to say it's my favorite rom-com. Is the film What If? He just plays. He's just so good in it.
Oh yes.
Have you seen it?
I think I've seen it. Yeah.
I love that movie. I genuinely love that. I even love Adam Driver.
Oh, I have. Oh, brilliant.
That's
the one it's like Adam Driver's like, I just had sex and I'm eating nachos.
Yeah, something like that. Like, I love that movie. And I every time we're looking for something to watch inside in our apartment, we're like, oh, come on, watch some rom-com like What If. Watch What If. It had Daniel Radcliffe in it. He's great. I was like, no, watch What If, damn it. I love that movie and I really want to see it again. It's so good. And that kind of brings me on to like the other two as well, of Rupert Grint and Emma Watson. Rupert Grint hasn't exactly done like he's actually done a few things. He's done like a few TV series and he has a new one coming up.
Big, like,
but nothing big. I know. Look, he's probably in the same vein as Zach Braff. Is that maybe doesn't even want to. He's just kind of doing it as like a passion project or something like that. That's grand.
Or just for money.
Or just for look, if you get a like 1%. Not even if you get half of a percent or 1,000% of the money that Harry Potter franchise generates, you're set for life. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So it's good to see him kind of come out there with a few other things. But then I get brought on to Emma Watson, and all I can think of is she's been in a shit ton, but I can never think it off the top of my head except for Beauty and the Beast, which didn't exactly do great, but also did do great.
It was okay, and yeah, that's about it, really. Like, it was okay.
Because she's certainly the bigger name out of the three of them at this point. But I feel like
for sure.
Daniel Radcliffe has done better.
He definitely has done better. But I think Emma Watson has a bigger name for different reasons.
Yeah, it's low
and
reasons.
It's not necessarily for just the film she's in. It's more of like she's a feminist. She's an advocate of women's rights and all that. So I think that's where she gets the bigger name from. And I'm not taking anything away from her acting. Obviously, she's a great actress and she's been in great films and whatnot. But I think that's where she might, be picking up most of the traction anyway. Because I'm looking at her films here, like Little Woman Have you seen that, Little Women?
It did alright, yeah. It was only alright.
Yeah.
What I remember.
The Perks of Being
First being a
Wallflower.
wallflower apparently is good. I think isn't it really fucking depressing?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I was typing in Emma Watson and he started talking about Perks of Being a Wallflower, so I typed in Emma Wallflower.
She's in The Circle with Tom Hanks.
I was trying desperately to find her name, and I was looking. I was like, "Come on, I have Emma Watson at this point. Surely it must come up." But no, her entire 4-named name is there.
Yeah, Emma Charlotte Dewar Watson.
Okay.
Dwyer?
Diera?
Dewar.
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
I don't know.
Hermione Granger.
You barely got that. That's it.
But no, she hasn't been in that many films that I'm looking at it now. She really is. She was in Armageddon.
Yeah, really young.
98.
Oh yeah,
She was
super
like a baby
young.
in it or something.
Wait, you got the right person?
I don't know. It's in her movies.
Are you on IMDb?
No. I'm just looking. No, I don't think she's in it.
No, because she's not here. It says like her first one was Harry Potter, and she has 3 credits for soundtrack. Oh yes.
But yeah.
Alright, that was just a bit of a thing just to say. Yeah, Danny Radcliffe seems to be having a new movie coming out, The Lost City of D, I think it's what it's called. So I'll be interested to keep an eye on that because I do really like him.
Yeah, he had a child recently, didn't he?
I think so.
Yeah.
He's also cast. Sorry, that's also the other thing. He's also cast as a villain.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Which is weird because he's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
You don't see him as a villain, really. I mean, I couldn't take him seriously as a villain, to be honest.
Yeah. But also the phrase "action-filled rom-com" is there, so I can kind of imagine him in an action-filled rom-com as a villain.
Yeah, I guess if it's like that, definitely, yeah.
What did he do before Harry Potter? I don't think he could hardly walk before Harry Potter. Anyways, we spent a lot of time on this.
Yeah. And I think the other big thing in movies this week, anyway, is the Justice League.
Yeah, we still got 1 or 2 other things in movies, but yeah.
No, but the big thing.
Big thing thing.
The big thing is Zack Snyder's Justice League, which by most fans, which honestly I listen to fans more than I do critics, amazing.
Yeah, apparently so.
Apparently amazing. And
damn right.
I honestly really want to watch it. Like, I was like, I'll watch it, but now I really want to watch it.
Yeah, same.
And like I've seen a couple of scenes that are like the same scene, and they show like one versus the other. What a difference!
It's so different. It's scary how different it actually is.
Oh my god, the difference is immense. And by the looks of it, Zack Snyder has saved the Justice League.
Yeah.
Because it looks like they're in talks to do the trilogy that he wanted. But different, obviously, because he wanted all this to be a trilogy. But apparently he's going to get his trilogy. So
he's also saying though he doesn't want to make any more comic book movies.
Yeah, he's saying that, but I mean, if this is this well, and they give him a good offer, he'll take it.
Yeah, every person has a price. That's funny. Yeah. That's really fucking funny because we're literally talking TV series about how we had people don't do it for passion projects anymore and just do it for money, and then we're talking about how we should come back and do it for more money. Sorry, I keep hitting my phone. Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually seeing it, and that's something I didn't think I'd be saying about Justice League. I do want to actually watch this.
Yeah, and I probably will watch it like next week or whatever, on Now TV. It's on LTV if you have it.
Do I have? I don't think I do.
I mean,
Harry
if you get a
has it
7-day
as
trial,
a.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I'll only use it for that, so.
Yeah. But yeah, I kind of want to watch it, and I want to be able to, like, to be honest, I kind of want to watch both. I want to watch the original one and then watch the new one and like compare. But I don't want to put myself through that much pain.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch the new one, so my memory of Justice League is that one.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I know it's like a completely different film, but I just don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't get how. I know he got an extra 80 million to do a couple of reshoots before they released this.
Yeah.
Because he was able to do reshoots and change things and all that. But I don't know why. I still don't understand why they allowed him to release it.
It's purely because people were just asking for it, because he was set to, like, he had this like big idea for it, and this big massive just vision for what this thing could be, because he just knew, because people like Zack Snyder, they do, they
Yeah.
know he can make a dramatic looking movie that could really do justice to what this stuff is, so they knew that he could do it well. But then when he got taken off because of his own because
Personal reasons.
Personal, thank you. I couldn't think of the phrase. Personal reasons, and they brought Joss Whedon.
I don't know. I'll check. You keep talking.
I'll keep talking. And they brought the other director on, and then they just saw how different it became after a while. There wasn't as much hype. They didn't seem to be as much passion.
Josh Whedon.
Yes, it was Joss Whedon.
Yes.
And they just saw how like different it was, and like while Joss Whedon is obviously known for like a decent, good movies, stuff like that, I think people just understood that Zack Snyder had a better vision for it. So when like afterwards, I think he kind of hinted that like, oh, he would have done things differently, and there was like an original script that was what he decided on and how much it changed, and then people just called out for that because they imagined that he had a better eye for it, and by the looks of it, the fans were right.
Yeah. No. See. Yeah, I do think that if Zack Snyder would have stayed on, obviously whatever happened didn't happen or whatever, and he stays on, I still believe that this movie would have been a flop. Like, I think that the only reason this is doing so well, and I'm not taking anything away from the film because I haven't seen it. I can't say that it's bad, good, whatever. But I think the main reason why this film is viewed as good or better than the other one is because the other one is bad. The other one is bad. And now they were able to see what were people critical about this film. Let's fix that in this like second coming of this film.
Yeah, it was pretty much just it was pretty much like a retake. It was just a second chance that not many people get with movies. And you're dead right. The man go, what was wrong with it? Let's fix it. And they did that, and it's much better. And you're definitely right. I also think it wouldn't have done. I don't think it would be as bad. I definitely don't think it would have like flopped.
But it wouldn't
as
have
hard.
been doing as good as this one is doing.
No, it would not have gotten as much praise. And you're dead right, because like people are just comparing to the older one. Like, oh, this is much better because of all this stuff. But you're like, if that was to be released the first time, people would look at it. What, 4-hour runtime is it?
4 hours, yeah. And that's the other thing. That's why it's also better, because it's 4 hours.
Yeah, the other one was
it's an extra 2 hours.
Yeah.
Than the original. So like, there's obviously going to be more in it.
Absolutely.
So that's why I think that it wouldn't have done as bad as the first one, because the first one did bad, and rightfully so. It was terrible.
So yeah.
It was just, it felt so rushed and bad. But I also feel like this Snyder cut, a reduced version, maybe a 3-hour version of the film, wouldn't have done as good as it's doing now.
Yeah, I said if there was to be like a 3-hour long version of it, it would be like, oh yeah, it's good, but we have an extra hour onto this that fleshes out a bit more. And like, they would probably do a similar thing of, okay, the 3-hour was decent, but this 4-hour long version is so much better, and they market it off that way if they do the reduced version of it. But if they just released the 4-hour version and there was nothing else to go from that, yeah, you're dead right, it wouldn't have done nearly as good.
Yeah, like even like the bad guy. I can't even remember what his name is.
Darkseid.
What's his name is? Is it Darkseid?
Yeah.
The one with the helmet.
Steppenwolf.
Stephen, that one. Like in the original one, he looks really bad.
Yeah.
And then in this one, he looks awesome. So I don't necessarily. I think that was I don't think that was necessarily in the Zack Snyder original cut. And your man was like, no, let's downplay him. No, I think it was more of a, oh, this guy doesn't look great. Let's revamp him up for this other film.
Yeah. It's definitely Darkseid what you're thinking of, because Darkseid looked like a fucking Ninja Turtle in the first one.
Yeah, and like I seen a scene where he's fighting Superman, and like in the original he punches him, and Superman like dodges it or something, and in this other one, your man doesn't have a hand. He's got like this claw thing.
Yeah.
So like even to that, even to the armor, it's different, and like it seems a lot darker though.
It
like,
does.
Not the undertone is dark. I mean, like visually dark.
Yeah. It is.
Like it literally looks dark.
Yeah, because the whole thing was like didn't they fix the big red sky and shit like that? How like the entire like
final fight is red. Yeah,
everything
they changed
is red.
that. Yeah,
and then I saw the comparison between here's the original one, the red sky. Here's the new one that with like the darkened sky, and the darkened sky is so much fucking better.
100 times better. Yeah, and like apparently the Flash is like actually a good character now.
Yeah, I heard that too.
And apparently we get more of a cyborg in this. Because I remember watching the first one, I was like, where's Cyborg?
Yeah.
And he was just kind of there for the fight, and that was it. And then the Flash was just an annoying little character.
Yeah.
And now...
yeah, this is back.
So... But apparently now everyone is, like, in love with the new Flash.
Good.
But yeah, I'm really excited. Honestly excited to watch this.
Same.
But again, I don't necessarily. I kind of want it to just be, yeah, we saved the Justice League Snyder. We saved it with the Snyder Cut. That's it. No more. I don't want to see more. I don't want to see more Batfleck. I don't want to see anything else. Just leave it alone. That's it. It's the end of the era there. Just end it.
Yeah, like I'd like to make. I like to see more Batfleck. I like to see Ben Affleck in more things like that because he was genuinely good at it. But yeah, at this point, there's no room for him to be Batfleck.
Yeah, unless they do standalone films from now on and just never bring them back together, which I'm okay with too. Like, give me a Cyborg film, give me a Flash film, maybe give me a Batman film with Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting Aquaman too. We're probably not going to see another Superman film with Henry Cavill.
Sad times.
Yeah, so I think just move on, because I think this also hurts Robert Pattinson's Batman movie coming up.
Does.
Because now you made Ben Affleck's Batman look amazing.
Yeah.
And now when Robert Pattinson's Batman comes out, if it's not amazing, people will automatically go, oh, sure, we should stick with Ben Affleck. And it's going to kill that potential franchise of Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Yeah, because the whole pull towards Robert Pattinson's, it's the Batman, isn't it?
Yeah, the Batman.
Yeah, the whole pull towards that for ages was, okay, the last iteration we got of Batman wasn't in a good movie, so we have hope for this one. But now it's like, hang on now. That last iteration is now in a good movie, so now we're holding this one to a higher standard. Like, we already held the Batman up to a high standard because of everyone that's in it and all the effort they're putting into it. So we're like, yeah, and now it's raised.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like maybe the expectations for Robert Pattinson's Batman was a little definitely lowered because I mean, like, you can't be worse than like Ben Affleck's Batman. That was like the view of it. Like Ben Affleck's Batman was bad.
Yes.
Because of Batman vs Superman and Justice League. It was like, he's not necessarily a bad Batman, but he's not a good Batman either. So like, Robert Pattinson only has to get over that hurdle. But now you've pushed Ben Affleck's Batman up. I would never say near Christian Bale or anything like that. But like, he's definitely up there now. pushing up on the list. So now Robert Pattinson's new Batman is gonna have to be fucking brilliant.
It's got to be a damn good movie in order to get anywhere, yeah.
Yeah, and I still believe it is going to be a goddamn great film.
I do too.
Or R-rated, dark, not even visually dark, just actually dark.
Yeah.
And just the cast is massive. Your man who's directing it, what's his name? Give it to me. Tell me.
Who? What?
What's the director of the Batman?
Oh, Matt Reeves.
Yeah, he does great films. He's a great director. So like,
yeah, what else has he done? Because I definitely hear the name a shit ton.
He's weird. He is weird, and he's always been criticized for his kind of OCD-ness.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's done the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, yeah, Cloverfield. Paradox.
Yeah.
Cloverfield
Lane. So like he's got some great films. But he's like, Robert Pattinson nearly quit. Because Matt Reeves would make them do a scene over and over and over and over again, just because he thought something was missing. But that's also good, because that means he's a perfectionist, but it could also be bad, because he might be overdoing it.
Oh yeah, he did do it.
I just can't wait to watch this new Batman film.
Like,
I was never a big fan of Robert Pattinson, but honestly, I definitely see him as Batman.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I honestly can.
I do think it's unfair that people are always comparing him to what he was in Twilight, yeah, and not having looked at any other of his movies. Like, watch him in The Lighthouse. There's one other movie as well where he plays in like a type of grittier adventure as well. And you're like, yeah, damn right. Like, watch those movies. Actor. He's actually great.
But and that's the issue with doing a franchise like Twilight, that you are only remembered for that. But man, he has some great films. Like you said, he's got Lighthouse. He's in Tenet,
yeah.
Tenet, yeah. Apparently that's great. He's in a lot of other films that he's actually decent, if not great in. But he's literally just held to, you're just this vampire.
Yeah, that's a shame.
It is.
Because it kind of goes back to what we were talking about.
And he hates
Harry
Twilight
Potter.
because of that. And he hates Twilight because
he's
of that.
right to, in fairness.
Yeah, and he regrets doing Twilight because of that.
Like, it kind of goes back to what we were saying with Harry Potter as well. Like, I know a lot of people are like, I can't see Daniel Radcliffe as anything else but Harry Potter. I was like, but try. For the love of God, try. Yeah, exactly. He's actually great. Like, same with Emma Watson's like, I can't see her besides anyone else but Emma. Actually, no. She's probably the one out of the few who were like, Emma Watson's absolutely brilliant, because she's a big inspiration for us. Like, cool. I bet you can, when you look at Daniel Radcliffe, you just see Harry Potter, or you look at Rupert Grint, you just see Ron Weasley. You can't see anyone else. It's like, I love Daniel Radcliffe. I think he's absolutely, again, we've already gone through this. But I want people to look at Robert Pattinson differently as well. I want them to see him as more than just a twinkly fuck off emo vampire who has a weird kid.
Exactly. Yeah. And to be honest, I fell into that trap though as well. Like, I saw Daniel Radcliffe and I was always like, he's Harry Potter. He's Harry Potter. But whenever I saw Emma Watson, I'd always call her Emma Watson. Because, for some reason. But then I never watched Twilight or anything. So I always just was like, Robert Pattinson's the guy from Twilight. And then I watched Twilight and I was like, oh my God. But then I watched another one of his films and was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And then I watched him in the trailer for Batman and I was like, wait a minute.
I watched him in Devil All the Time. I was like, damn, man. Damn.
Yeah, so he is trying to move on from Twilight, and some people are just not letting him.
Yeah.
And I think if this Batman film does really, really well for an origin film, he's got himself set for the next 3 to 4 years, if he's going to do maybe a trilogy or something like that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go with that, because if he had so many, development issues with Matt Reeves,
Yeah, that's the
you know.
thing. Yeah, but I mean, if it does really well and you're fucking shitting money, I guess you won't have an issue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, but again, I think the potential of a trilogy has been hurt now because of the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
Because now, when that comes out, if it does well, not great, but well, just like the Snyder Cut gets same reviews as Snyder Cut, blah blah blah. Now, Warner Bros. Have a decision to make. Which Batman do we go with?
Yeah.
You know?
Could just be I hope this is more of a one-off thing, anyways. The
Yeah.
Batman.
No, I think a good trilogy wouldn't hurt Batman.
I don't know if it's as dark as it's going to be and all that sort of stuff. Having two more movies of that might just get a bit tiresome. But look, anyways, we spent a lot of time on this.
Yeah. Surprising amount on it, to be honest.
The last thing I want to bring in is actually a bit of hope for video games. Is that certain sites, I think it was either IGN or Screen Rant or something like that, got like the first 13 minutes of the new Mortal Kombat movie that came out, and all I've seen is the phrase "perfect, brutal, and amazing." Now I will say, there was I did see one criticism was like, oh, the violence in this they said something like puppy dog is like puppies to wise in the game. I was like, yeah, you can't really get that
you
gory
can't.
in a movie. A game was completely different. A game was just pretty much there for fan service. It's just gory, disgusting, funny, all that type of stuff. That's grand. You can't have that in a movie. But if it's still R-rated and gory, but done pretty well, this happens. By the sounds of it, anyways, this happens. You have this really brutal but awesome fight scene that is honestly giving me hope for this.
Yeah. I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, you don't like that.
I don't like that type of. It's just too violent. But yeah, apparently it's going to be very good.
Yeah, which gives me hope for video game movies, and it's going to put a bit of pressure on. This entire movie section is just about one movie giving pressure to another one. It's also going to put a bit of pressure on the Uncharted movie when that comes out, because if people are looking at this video game movie, and saying, "Hey, look, this was pretty good. What's this Uncharted movie going to be like?" If this is the standard of video game movies, it's gonna be a bit of a tug of war.
Yeah, it is. But it could also be a thing of
Jesus fucking Christ! That actually made me jump.
That came out of nowhere. I'm so sorry.
How? First off,
it really snuck up on me.
oh, it scared the shit out of me.
I usually pump fake for a while. That one just came out.
God.
But I think it might be a thing of not necessarily holding these new video game movies to a certain standard, but seeing them in a different light. Like, they are video game movies, not just a movie, and they don't necessarily have to be like the video game to be good, because, like you said, it's so difficult to make a video game into a movie and satisfy every need, because a video game is 40, 50, 60 hours of gameplay. A movie is 2 hours.
Yeah.
So how can you fit? You're trying to fit 60 hours into 2. So obviously it's not going to be the same, but you can still enjoy it and it could still be good.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it might be like helping.
Yeah, you know what? Looking at one form of video game movie, moving on to video games by looking at another form of video game movie that we're not really sure what it is, but is in, what's it called? Oh my god, I managed to say at the beginning, Animal Crossing New Horizons. There is allegedly, at the beginning there was like a short horror, psychological horror movie or something like that was released in New Horizons, And now it's getting a fully fledged feature length movie.
That's mad.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, honestly.
But I can't. It's good though. I love weird projects like that are just there for a bit of fun. They just it's not looking to be an absolute brilliant thing. It's just a weird feature length thing that people just kind of want to do.
That's crazy though.
Oh, it's hilarious! I can't wait. I can't wait to see what comes of this. I need to see this this short thing because I've only seen it this morning. I've only seen the announcement of the feature length movie, so I need to actually see what this thing is.
Yeah, I haven't seen it actually either. But yeah, that's crazy though. It's such a weird. It's not something you would expect to be turned into a film.
Yeah, absolutely not. Again, I don't know if it's going to be machinimated, which means it's going to be like filmed in game there and then, and it's going to because I need to see what this original thing is like, or if it's I doubt it's going to be like I doubt it's actually going to be an actual movie filmed and shot and all that type of stuff. I think it is going to be a machinimated length movie within Animal Crossing New Horizons. But I would absolutely love it. It'd be fucking hilarious if that's a remake they do. If that's a live action reboot that they managed to make. Give us that shit.
Yeah.
Don't give us the things we've seen a million times.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, anyway. The actual video games and away from movies.
Yeah, so yeah. You go first. You must got something there.
Yeah, we are getting a new Life is Strange game.
Yes.
Life is Strange True Colors.
Yes.
And a remaster of the other Life is Strange.
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary. They're not that old that they need a remaster.
Well, even the art style in it, it's like you don't look at it and go, "Oh, this kind of looks like an old game." Look at it and go, "This is a nice art style."
Exactly, yeah, and it's its own unique art style too. And that's what makes the game so unique. It's got that type of art style, and it doesn't need any more. It does the job.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, the new game's coming out in September of this year.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we love those games, so I'm excited for it anyway.
Which is why I'm a bit hesitant about it as well. Life is Strange 1 is brilliant. If you haven't played that game, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Go play it. It is brilliant. It is fantastic. The second one, did we say it was better when we played it?
I want to say it is better.
I also want to say it to an extent.
I want to say, like, Life is Strange 1 has something that is just amazing.
Yes.
It's in its own right. It's just wow. But the fact that it's like 18s.
Yeah.
Life is Strange 2 is 18s, and it's able to tackle the harder topics. It makes it better. I think anyway.
It's really good.
They're both great in their own right, though.
Yeah, they're both brilliant. And we still haven't played what's it called? Tell Me Why yet. We should really look into doing that soon.
Yeah.
One night the other two aren't on. I'll stream it for you and we'll actually play through it. But
the new game is about an Asian American called Alex Chen who reunites with her brother after 8 years in foster care, and Alex's powers revolve around the ability to detect and change emotions of people around her.
Interesting.
Something she's been able to do since childhood, but which she has to keep firmly in check lest she be overwhelmed by those feelings.
Cool.
That is interesting.
That is interesting.
That is cool, yeah.
Because I was always wondering, okay, they have Max has this supernatural ability to turn back time. I was like, great. Like, where are they going to go? Like other, like they couldn't. I was like, surely they couldn't make another one of these games and have a random other type of power or something like that, could they? They did, and it was just as good. I was like, if not better. Did. I was like, damn, that's unreal. They definitely couldn't do it a third time. Now we need to wait.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds cool, actually. Like, to be able to... And I want it to be where you can, like... I want this game to be as open as possible. I want there to be a ridiculous amount of different ways you can go about the game.
Yeah.
Like, different endings, so many different endings, different choices. I want you to be able to literally go up to anyone and change their mood, and that affects somehow. You know? Like, I want it to be as player decision as possible.
Yes.
Because, okay, so the first one has, obviously, decisions that, affect the game. But at the end of the day, there's two endings.
Two endings, literally only
no
two.
matter whatever you do, there's always going to be two endings. Where Life is Strange 2 did better, in my belief, is that each episode had about 5 different endings, and then the end of the game has 5 different endings, but you don't choose from the 5. It literally depends on what you did throughout the game. How is the ending going to get,
we got our perfect one. Sorry, I remember the one that we got, and I was calling for it since the first episode that we played. I was like, I want this to happen. I want one of the two things to happen in this game, and it fucking did.
Yeah, and I think, that's why Life is Strange 2 was much better. Okay, I won't say much better, but it was definitely better because of the ability to have more freedom with choice.
Yeah.
Like, it literally felt like the game was for us to decide, you know? And I want this other one to be just that, like that, if not more. Like, give us more choice, more effect on the game.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that.
Yeah, because we love those series.
We do. We need to play the other one.
Yeah.
Now, from Sorry?
Have you heard any reviews on it or anything?
No, I think it's pretty much just like announced, because it came out with the because Square Enix had their presentation of Square Enix Presents, so they released a bunch of games that are coming out and all that type of stuff. So
yeah,
I think it's literally just released, it's announced type of thing. So I don't think we got reviews just yet.
No, of the other one.
Other one. Don't tell me why. No, actually, we just have because that game came out really under the radar. It kind of was just released. I don't think
it kind of came out, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I think it was more so just a secondary project that they had. It wasn't a primary thing that they were expecting to make great amount of buns.
9 out of 10 on Steam.
Yeah, I still think it's good. I think I've rarely heard things about it, and when I did, I've only heard good things about it. So, who knows?
Yeah.
We'll have to play it.
Yeah, we'll just have to play it, yeah.
Anyway,
and now, what do you have?
Yeah, from one series that we know we love to one series that we just want to love, but we couldn't for a while. That's Payday. Payday 3 is now been announced that it's going to be set to release in 2023. Now, 2023 is a long ways away. It is
a long ways away.
Long ways away, and it's kind of unusual for us to be talking about something that's so far in the future. But this is one game I want so badly to be good. Payday 2, Payday 2 is very popular amongst PC users. On Xbox, it just wasn't as good.
It didn't feel right.
It didn't. Things felt so off.
Yeah, and then we tried so many times and so many different ways of doing it as stealthily as possible, and it just never allows you to do it.
Yeah.
It always will lead to triggering the alarm.
And to some, that's really fun.
That annoyed us.
Yeah, to some, it's really fun being like, and it'd be fun to us as well in certain cases where we have to fire away out of the cops to get to the getaway vehicle and stuff like that. Like GTA, we fucking love GTA. We did the Criminal Mastermind challenge. That's how much we love the heist on it. So we're like, yeah, let's play this. But like, the thing about GTA is there's also stealth missions, and you had the opportunity to do things stealthily. So when we do it stealthily, it feels so rewarding and great. So when this is like, we tried so many times. And it's not that like, oh, you just shit playing stealth games. Fuck no. We love our stealth games. We're pretty decent at those stealth games, and we did everything. And
we did everything right. Everything right. Everything that you could think, but every single time it'll just go off without fail. I'm pretty
certain one time it just went off for the crack.
Yeah, like we did everything. We took out all the guards quietly. We took out all the cameras. Like, that was it. There was nothing else. And then there was no way of getting into the vault without activating the alarm.
Yeah.
Like, the only way you can get into the vault was by activating it. There was no way of deactivating it or anything. And that was just really frustrating.
Yeah, so doing all the other stuff was just kind of fun. But like, I know it's probably supposed to be a more of a high impact, like, action filled game and stuff like that. That's great. So, but don't show us a way of doing it stealthily so that we do so much of that effort for it to just go to shit.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, like, we have high enough hopes for Payday 3. We want that to be good, but look, we don't know.
It's so far away that we, can't even say anything about it. It's 3 years down the line.
It's 3 years down the line.
2 or 3, whatever.
2, yeah. Well, look, let's be real.
We'll get there. When we get there, we get there.
Yeah.
We'll be 23 by then.
God damn.
We'll be done college at that stage.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, enough of making me feel old.
I'm alright feeling old on a regular basis.
Warzone, I guess.
Well, just briefly, we do. While one game is released in 2023, we have one that's been reaffirmed to be released in 2021 is Dying Light 2. So we have Payday 3 that we want to love and we hope is good, to this other game that we want to love and hope it's fucking brilliant, is Dying Light 2.
Yeah. And that's coming soon, is it?
It said 2021, and they reaffirmed this. So, like, they've said it before, that's going to be this, and then they said it again, that's going to be 2021. I'm promising that there's more information going to be coming really, really soon, or very, very soon is the actual phrasing to use. So we need to just be a bit more patient.
Hold out.
Some sorry, the article here says we did get a few moments of gameplay and some sort of mean tweet style montage of the devs reading profanity laced complaints from impatient fans. Oh my god, that and the thing that's going on at the moment with something Nier Automata is like Nier Automata is getting fucking what's it called review bombed because it runs better on an Xbox than it does on PC. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Or get a better PC. Or wait for an update. Do something. Just shut the fuck up and stop review bombing it. That always pisses me off.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and so there's that, and then there's people sending profanity-laced messages to a dev team who are trying their best. Sorry, excuse me. Even though that sounds like I'm getting choked up about, even if it's God, where do these burps come from? Even if it's seems that they're not trying their best, they are. Just shut the fuck up and wait.
Yeah, just wait. Literally, just shut up and wait.
Oh, sorry, I got a bit passionate there. That was awkward silence. Anyways, yes, we can now go on to Warzone. Just wanted to briefly mention that we are getting some more information about Dying Light 2 very soon.
Yeah. But yeah, Warzone. What was it? It was leaked that Verdansk will be overrun by zombies, and that's how it's gonna end.
Yeah, I kind of saw that happening.
Yeah, that was kind of obvious.
Yeah.
I still think they're gonna nuke it. I still think they're gonna blow it up.
I said they're going to nuke it because of all the zombies.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be like, we need to control the zombies, the zombie outbreak, so we're just gonna nuke it, and that's yeah. I mean, that was kind of obvious. You kind of saw that coming. But I feel like, right. Okay, I love Warzone.
You're addicted
but
to
I
it.
feel yes, but I feel like the only reason anyone is playing Warzone, because let's be real, that's the only game anyone's playing at this stage, is because there's nothing else to play. Like, there is literally nothing else to play out there. There's no new games. There's no new multiplayer game out there that you can play. It's literally just Warzone that you can play.
Yeah.
And as much as I love Warzone, like, I do think that's why we play Warzone that much.
Absolutely.
It's because there's just nothing out there, and you just gotta keep playing it till something else comes out.
Yeah. Now, like we said, I want to delve into it a little bit more, but like absolute like, okay, I know we're always shitting on Fortnite and stuff like that, and saying, oh, Fortnite's just the community is weird. Why is there a buzzing in my ears? Okay, stop that. Quiet you. We always talk about Fortnite and how more so annoying the whole thing is, but honestly, props to their fucking their animations and their like ability for a story to just be constantly going. Like,
yeah,
we could talk about Warzone and be like that, but everyone's pretty bored. Everyone still plays Warzone, but they're pretty bored of it because the last big thing that happened was that ship crashing, and now they're trying to make it look cool because all these zombies are coming around the place. It's not that cool. They're in one place at a time, and there's not that many of them. And it's also just annoying because all you're seeing is red marks on the map. Fortnite, in fairness, like credit where it's due, a new trailer came out, and there was just so much in it. There was like so much story in it. There was so much. I was like, I haven't kept up with those trailers in ages, but the entire time I was like, go on. I was actually cheering along. I was like, this is Fortnite. What the fuck am I doing? I was like, no, it's actually good, and the animation in it's fucking brilliant. There's so much good stuff in it. So I guess it's going to come down to now comparing Warzone and Fortnite. Warzone is like fan fucking tastic. I love its tactical feel. It's like grittier, not hardcore, but like slower, just militant feel to it. I've always disliked Fortnite because of how quick and flippant it felt.
Yeah, I agree.
But Fortnite has Warzone in the sense of it's always keeping players engaged. While Warzone tries desperately to do, both Warzone and Cold War tries desperately to get fans engaged. Always trying to add, like when they added in the Outbreak thing, that was fun for like 2 or 3 days, and I just played constantly because I could listen to music and it was a mindless thing where I could shoot and level up weapons. I don't have to fucking give a shit about it. In Warzone, they're desperately trying to get people involved still with the ship and stuff like that, and like they're like, it's almost like they're begging fans. It's like, just hold out for a few minutes. We're almost towards the end of the season, and then we can nuke the entire place, and we can have a new map. That's grand. I remember back when Fortnite did that.
Yeah, exactly. It's so disappointing. For so long to be waiting for so long to get something new out of this game, and I think what makes it more frustrating is just the lack of want from developers to make this game playable and enjoyable.
Yeah,
like the amount of hackers.
Yeah,
and I hate that they do a cluster ban rather than a consistent ban.
Yeah, they did another one didn't they?
Yeah, and they banned 3 big streamers for hacking, and they don't hack.
Yeah.
Um, but well, why? I don't get it. I don't get why you just can't have an anti-hack system that detects hacking and fucking bans them instantly. Or when someone actually reports you for hacking or cheating, why isn't someone investigating it or whatever? Why are they able to play? Why are they able to play for 2, 3, 4 weeks before any sort of repercussion is being made? While Fortnite, if you get caught hacking in Fortnite, you're banned within like minutes. And PUBG has an anti-hack system.
Yeah.
And every other game has an anti-hack system. But I don't know why they just can't invest in an anti-hack system that actually works.
Yeah.
And I think, and the broken guns and all this, I think that's what pisses most people off in Warzone, because it feels like they're just trying to grab as much money as they can.
Yeah.
They don't actually care if the game is fun or enjoyable.
Yeah. Like, even in Overwatch, there isn't like a whole lot of hackers because they have their own anti-cheat thing as well. And the reason why I'm saying Overwatch is because of one thing: they have a partnership with fucking Blizzard. Yeah. Activision have a partnership with Blizzard. Even if you want to talk to them, we're like, hey, we need anti-cheat things here. We're going to outsource this to you to implement this into our game. Do that. Don't fucking like just sit around. Okay, look, these cluster ban things. While I haven't run into a hacker as much anymore. It's definitely doing something. But why wait for so fucking long that like fans have to make a scene about it in order to be heard? That's going to drive people away. And like, you're dead right with, they should just keep this like a solid like rate of things going where people are always being banned. And that's also where Fortnite comes into play. As you said, like, they have the anti-cheat thing, and it's one thing I actually very rarely hear as a complaint from Fortnite is hackers. I don't think I've gone a day so far in Warzone without hearing the word hacker involved in something, or a hack or a glitch or an exploit or something like that. There's always something. But in what you call it, in Fortnite, yes, there's obviously going to be, there's hacks and exploits and everything, but they're just not as prominent. They're just not as like game breaking. Of course, there's obviously going to be a few of them, but there's a lot less of them.
Yeah, a lot less. Yeah, and that's like, Warzone has had how many seasons now? They must be on like 8 or 7 or 8 now or something like that.
Is it 8? Because I think it ended season 6 in Modern Warfare.
And then we got season 1, and now we're on season 2.
So season 8, I assume, so this is.
Yeah, season 8, yeah. So, like, what's the difference from when the game started to now?
Guns?
Guns. That's the only thing.
Okay, when did the new map in Apex Legends come in? Because Apex got a new map. I can't remember what it's called, because it went from King's Canyon to something else. Hang on, timeline, is that a thing I can look up? Yeah, I think that's it.
In season 7, I think. Yeah, season 7.
Season 1 is season 2. I'll come to that. Season 7. Is that the? Oh no, this is a But like, Apex is probably a bad one to go with purely because they have new operators and stuff like that. They all have different things. They can always change stuff like that. That's great because it's always keeping it nice and new, like, better feel. And they add new weapons, and they add new like in-game things that they could do. And in fairness, they've tried adding new in-game things to Warzone, but they just don't do it often enough. They're not worth it.
No,
Okay, a fire sale is real bittersweet because you buy 19 fucking UAVs, and for the next hour and a half you hear UAV bingo fuel, UAV bingo fuel, UAV bingo fuel, UAV bingo fuel. Like, shut the fuck up, my ears are bleeding.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. You know, this almost makes me feel I kind of want to play PUBG again, but I don't. You know.
Not enough. It's not enough to push me to that.
You know, like, I kind of want to go back to, you know, the simple, because that game is simple. You know, not that it's easy. I'm not saying it's an easy game to play. I'm saying it's clear cut what you get. You know.
Yeah.
Like, you get guns, and then you customize them in game, and that's it. You know, you go, you kill. There's no like loadout drops, buybacks, buy stations, none of that. You know.
Yeah.
But I would never go back. You know, I'd probably go back and try it and be like, what the fuck. But
we've tried that once or twice, and some of the new maps were just so broken.
Yeah. But yeah, just make it more exciting season after season. You have to keep us engaged somehow. Because they really are not. Like, it's literally just skins and guns. That's it.
Oh, did you hear of the protest against Rose hashtag?
Yeah, I did see it. Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm yet to be killed by that. I know we've gone on a fucking rant about this in the past episode. I know we've gotten a bit passionate by I've gotten a bit passionate about this. I am yet to be killed by that fucking skin in a method that I'd say, oh, it's bullshit, I didn't see him. No, I just opened my fucking eyes. Actually, you got killed by one the other day. Not because he was hiding in the corner. Actually, he was. But before you walked through the door, that man jumped out of the corner, ran at you, fist blazing, and scared the shit out of all of us.
Yes, that did happen.
But he didn't just sit in the corner. And even we played with another guy as well who was walking up the stairs, saw their legs and shot them.
Yeah.
It's not that fucking hard.
I've seen these videos of like people like showing that, you know, how overpowered it is or whatever. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can't see, but your brightness is literally on 0.
Yeah, look, we've gone through this already. There's no point in rehashing.
Yeah. Did you see the guy playing Warzone with a baguette?
Yeah.
What a guy.
What a guy.
What a guy. You know, that's awesome. I hope he wins the game one day. I don't know if he can.
Yeah.
But, I hope he does.
Yeah, look, the state that video games, TVs and movies are in at the moment, it's leaving us wanting more.
Yeah, I feel it feels so empty. Even with movies and TV shows, it feels so like we're missing that big, you know, something big, you know.
This is why I've gone back to Scrubs. This is why I've gone to anime. This is why I've gone to both those things. Scrubs, like, as a nice old nostalgia thing that I haven't watched the whole way through, and now it's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Anime, because there's so many new feelings, like new concepts and new things in that I absolutely fucking love their stories. And again, I recommend anyone would find this one good one and sit down and watch it. You will know what I'm talking about. But nowadays, it's just getting a bit empty.
Yeah, it is. And I don't know if it's coronavirus or that's delaying things so long that makes us feel like nothing's coming out, or I don't even know what it could be.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for this week anyway.
Yeah, on that kind of saddened note.
Sad note.
Thank you for listening. Almost said watching.
I mean, you technically could watch it.
We've been through this. Subscribe, follow, do whatever.
Yeah. And good night.
Good night, good morning, good evening.
Well, if I don't see you.
No, don't do a Harry Truman on this. Harry Truman? Truman Show.
Truman Show.
Bye.
Harry Truman's the president.
Yeah, I was wondering. Bye.